Great. Okie dokie. All right. Well, welcome, girls. We'll go ahead and get started. Alrighty, finding a comfortable seated position, whatever that looks like and feels like to you. So let's just take a minute again to close those eyes, calm that body and that mind, quiet that body and that mind. Sitting up nice and tall. Each vertebrae stacked one on top of the other, creating some length through your spine. Sending some air and some breath throughout that body into those muscles between those vertebrae in the spine. Just sending a little bit of air, a little bit of breath in and out of that body. Taking in a little bit of new energy and releasing a little bit of old energy. Just take a couple more nice deep breaths. Just let your focus be on your mat this morning. Let your focus be within that body. And the next time you take a nice deep breath, as you inhale, lifting and creating lots of length through that spine. As you exhale, take that right ear over to the right shoulder. And then as you inhale, head through center, left ear to the left shoulder. And just taking that head through center, here comes over to the shoulder and back through center. So just stretching that neck, just taking that head side to side. And then we're going to make our way to where that right ear is over at the right shoulder. Drop it over and just hold it here. Press that left shoulder down the way, create a little bit of space to the side of the neck. And then just relax that left shoulder. Take the head through center and take the left ear to the left shoulder. Again, push that right shoulder down the way. Create as much space as you can through the side of the neck. And then relaxing that shoulder, bringing that head to center, and then just dropping the chin forward, stretching through the back of the neck. And then lifting that chin up off that chest. You take those arms down by the side. Inhale the arms up and exhale and fold forward. Seated forward fold. Head, chest, and body just coming as far forward as we can go. Hinging forward from the hips, letting those knees drop out, settling forward. Let that back stretch. Just come to wherever that body will allow. Just hold it here. Feeling the back and the hips. What's going on with them today? And then from here, take a nice deep breath, nice tight belly, and head comes up, and let's walk those hands back. And then let's take those legs out from underneath us and extend through those legs. Sitting on my blankets, I will take that out. Let's extend those legs, flex through those feet. Inhale up again, once again, nice and tall and long, and exhale and fold forward. So the seated forward fold, another variation of a fold, just hinging from the hips in that fold, taking that head, chest, and body towards those legs. Seeing what those hamstrings are feeling like today. Let's take a couple of nice deep breaths. Inhale, exhale. And once again, nice deep breath, tight belly, head up, all that spine comes up together. Let's come up onto our hands and our knees for some cat-cows. So as we come to those hands are about shoulder width apart, knees are about hip distance apart, fingers spread wide around that back, bring that chin towards your chest, into cat. So just coming into cat, holding it here, tuck that chin, pull it in, round that back as best as possible, pull that belly in nice and tight. And then reverse that curl, tailbone lifts up behind you, making your way into cow. As you come here, your gaze just comes slightly forward, shoulder blades pull together. Spine flexes just to where it's comfortable for you. And then inhale, exhale, round that back, and reverse cat-cow. So just moving through cow, stretching that spine. Inhale and exhale. And one more time each way. And we're going to make our way to a neutral spine, whatever our neutral spine looks like for you. And then from here, we're just going to take the right leg back behind us, and the left arm comes out in front. So coming into some spinal balance. So taking the leg, one opposite arm, opposite leg, extend, reach. Keeping your focus down somewhat beside your hand, or a little bit in front, but keeping that head down, keep that neck in line with that spine. Holding it here. And then we're going to draw that elbow towards that knee, and that knee towards the elbow, and then extend and reach. So bringing that elbow towards that knee, and then extend and reach. Warming up that belly and that back. Bring that elbow and that arm towards that leg together. One more time. And then we'll bring ourselves out, and we'll come and we'll hold. So just bring it out, come back, hold and balance. And then taking that hand down, and then take that right leg, cross it over the left, and sit back onto that left knee and that left leg, and just take that leg over, cross it, feeling the stretch back through the left gluteus muscle, and over right here. And then from here with a nice deep breath, inhale, tight core, bring that leg back underneath, sit on the forearms for a few moments, and just give me a couple of cat-cows here. So round and reverse that spine, a little bit different part of that spine that stretches. Put those arms down, one more time each way. And then we'll come back up onto our hands and our knees, coming into that spinal balance. This time, the left leg goes back behind, and the right arm comes out in front. So we'll reach long, point through the toe, reach long through that arm. Just hold. Try and find a nice, quiet, stable place to hold that body in balance. And then bring that elbow towards that knee towards the elbow, and then extend back. And again, just moving, balancing and holding. So with that movement, using that balance, drawing it together and extending. Time, and then we'll come back to that balance and hold. So just reach that arm long, hold and balance, and then take that hand down, and then cross that left leg over the right, and again onto the forearms and sit over onto that right heel, taking the stretch through the right side, the right back side of the body. If you're not feeling any sort of stretch, we'll move that left leg around so you fit to a place where you're sitting over on that right hip. And one more nice deep breath. And a deep breath, inhale, bring that leg back. And then this time come back up onto the hands. Give me a couple cat-cows here. Round and reverse. And then once again to that neutral spine. Scoot the hands a little further in front, curl your toes with your hips, and make your way into your downward facing dog. So coming into that downward facing dog, pushing that body weight back into our heels as we lift our tailbone up and push back, pushing that chest away from the arms, keeping that head relaxed in between those arms. If you need to, shake it out. Get some yeses and some nos. And also too, if it feels good, you can walk those legs out. Push back through one heel, and we'll bend in the other. And when you're ready, we'll weight pushing back through both heels. Take a look to the hands, walk feet to the hands to a standing forward fold. And chest and body coming towards those legs, lengthening those hamstrings, lifting that back. Just bring it all together. Just trying to release that body, that back, that head, as it all comes together. Can't get the hands to the ground, you can take the hands to the shins or let the hands hang where they are. Try to keep those legs nice and long. And this would be where if you did have a yoga block or another prop, if you couldn't get the hands to the ground, you could use it to get yourself there. And then from here, let's inhale to a flat back. So taking that gaze out over those feet, nice long back, long legs. Just hold here. Take a couple breaths. Elongate that spine all the way through that head. And then exhale, release, inhale, arms out to the side, head up, chest leads with a nice flat back. We're making our way all the way up, standing. All right, and coming all the way up, coming just to our place, our mountain pose. We're just gonna start first with those feet about hip distance apart. Then we're just gonna take the arms out by our side, palms forward, and then just kind of rock forward and back on those feet. And get your body weight just balanced wherever the center might be. Stop that movement. Close the eyes, standing up nice and tall, lifting and lengthening through that spine. Just take a couple breaths right here. Bringing your belt self grounded into the earth with those feet firmly planted and balanced. And then from here, you can open up those eyes. Nice deep breath as we inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, bend the knees and sit back into our chair. So as we sit back into chair, we're bending back into the knees. Body weight comes back into the heels. Arms are reaching out in front or overhead, wherever works for you. Just sitting back. Take a couple breaths right here. And with your chair pose, it's how deep you go. A little more work for those legs, the deeper we go. And just breathe. And then from here, exhale, release to a forward fold. And here, if it feels good, you can walk those legs out. Then one knee will be straight in the other. And just equal weight, pulling it through both legs. And keep in mind as I will flip and flop around, and you take the room that you have, that you is in your space. Don't need to move and turn around with me. And then from here, take those hands down. We're going to walk back into a plank. So we're going to step back into a plank pose. So coming back to the plank, where the hands are underneath the shoulders, belly's pulled in nice and tight, nice long line from the head to the hips to the feet. Just hold the plank. Remember, you can always modify your plank by going to your knees. Perfectly acceptable way to modify would be coming to the knees, come and hold. And then from here, we're going to slowly lower down. We're going to chaturanga, lower down, elbows to the back, and then lifting up to your up dog through the front of the bodies, lifting through the belly, coming out to the tops of the thighs and the feet, and then curl your toes, lift your hips to your downward facing dog. So again, come back to the down dog. Remember, down dog is supposed to be a resting posture. If you don't find it so restful, you can choose to go to child's pose. Do what works. And then that right leg lifts up behind you. Point and flex that toe. And then point that toe, lift that leg nice and high, bend that knee underneath the body through plank in between the hands. And then from here, we're going to come up into a high lunge. So lift ourselves up, come up. Remember two here, modification would be to go to a low lunge, come to the knee if you need. Or coming up, bending into those knees. And also too, if you're not as stable in a high lunge, easiest thing to do to get more stable is bring the legs closer together and not bend the knees as much. From apart they are, a little more stability and balance is needed. Reach long and hold. And then from here, taking those hands back behind you, roll the shoulders back and down, and let's just fold over that leg. So coming into a forward fold. Again, too, if you need to, you can bend that knee and come down onto it. But if you can, just bringing that body weight forward, bring that head, that chest, that body over that leg. Again, if you need to, just lower the knee. But if you can, hold here, stay stable, lift those arms wherever they'll go. One more breath. And then release the arms, release that upper body, bring ourselves up. Just one breath here as we make our way into warrior two. So dropping onto the inside of the back foot, open the hips, open the arms, and bend into that front knee. As we come here, take those arms, squeeze those shoulder blades together, reach long. You can take a gaze out of those fingertips. And just breathe. And keep in mind, anything we do where we're bending those knees in front, you want to make sure you can still see your toes, so we're not compromising the safety of that knee, overstretching those tendons and ligaments. Hold here. Just a couple more nice deep breaths. And from here, let's cartwheel those hands down beside that right leg. Keep the left hand down and just take the right arm up and just give a little twist and reach. So just for a moment, just take a little twist. Reach up with that right arm as long and high as you can. And then from here, hand comes down, send that right leg back behind you into our down dog. So come back into a down dog. So push back into those heels. Come forward to a plank. Through a plank, let's slowly lower down. Let's come to our up dog and then back to our downward facing dog. So coming back into the down dog, pushing that body weight back into those heels, chest away from the arms, and just hold here. Take a second. And then from here, lifting that left leg up behind you, nice and high, point and flex. Point, lift, bend that knee, swing it forward. So here we are on the other side. And I would say, I do flip around so you guys can see me on camera. Just trust yourself that you're going to follow my lead and just stay if you're not facing the video and bring yourself up into that high lunge. So just trust yourself that you can do it. So just coming and holding here, reaching long. And then from here, taking those hands back behind you. And again, roll the shoulders back and down first, and then fold over that leg. So here, just a little bit more balance required, because now we've got that upper body hinge forward over that leg. And if you need more balance, stability, come down onto that knee. And just continue to breathe. And then from here, release those arms, release ourselves back up to that high lunge. Just one more breath. And then open up the hips, open up the arms, bend into that front knee into our warrior two. So again, taking a look at that knee placement. And the easiest thing, if you don't see yourself in your video or you don't have a mirror, is you can still see those toes without having to go look for them. Just holding it here, for you to breathe. Looking out over those fingertips if you can. If not, looking where that's good for your neck. Take a couple more breaths. And then taking those hands down. Remember, staying here in this high lunge for a minute. Right hand stays down, left arm reaches up. Hold it here. One more nice deep breath. And then that hand comes down, step back into a down dog. Into our down dog. Come forward to a plank, through plank, chaturanga, to your up dog. And then once again, to your down dog when you're ready. So coming back into that down dog. Push that body weight back. Take a couple nice deep breaths here. And then look to the hands, walk or jump those feet to those hands to a standing forward fold. Lengthen those hamstrings, lengthen that back, bring it all together. And then from here, just go ahead and lengthen that left leg and take that right knee, give that right knee a little bend. Just lengthen into that right leg, the left leg, and then take that left arm up. Take that left arm up, left leg is long, right knee is just kind of soft and bent. And just reaching up high. And then release that arm. This time lengthen the right leg. Left knee's a little bent, right arm comes up. And then bringing that arm down, equal weight, pulling up through both legs in your forward fold. Inhale, toe flat back. So take the head and body up halfway, look out over those feet. Exhale, release. Inhale, arms up to the side, head up, chest flat back, up. Come all the way up and back to standing. And then next up, as we come up to our standing, just to work a little bit more on our balance with our tree pose. Starting off standing on that left leg, that right leg again. The easiest thing to do is to bring the leg out to the side to balance, bringing it in. You can also then migrate that foot up that leg if you need help with balance. Either take a hold with a foot, or if you have something to hold on to, hold on. Just take a place that you can stand a little bit steady, using that left leg as your balance. But also that right foot's going to be pushing onto the inside of the leg, so make sure it's not on that knee joint. Find a place to balance, find a place to hold. Starting with those hands at those heart center. And then if you can, take the hands back behind you. And try to open up that chest as we did when we folded forward with those arms, just hands clasped together, shoulders rolling back and down. Tilt the head up if you can, a little more challenge. If not, keep the hands at the heart center. Draw that right knee out and open, and hold. And then if your hands will come back behind you, release, and then back to your heart center. Take a couple more breaths right here. And then release that leg, release the hand. All right, good shake. All right, you can wiggle that ankle, because then we're going to move on to the other side. So again, too, don't be afraid. If you need help with balance, the easiest thing to do, especially when we're in our homes, is hold on to something. All right, when we're in a studio, we don't have anything to hold on to. So here is a perfect way to help challenge your balance, because you can just hold on and pull away. But as you can, standing steady on that right leg, left leg, again, anywhere except for where that knee bends. Start off with the hands at your heart center. Draw that knee out and open, trying to keep those hips out open, standing up nice and tall. Just like the balance here. And again, if you can, take the hands behind you, clasp the hands, roll the shoulders. And if you can too, lift that chest, tilt that head back. Only if you're up for it. If not, just stay where you are. And then, when you're ready, bring those hands back. Bring the focus back forward. And we come anywhere else. And then release. Release that leg, release those arms. All right. So, a little bit balanced here. Now we're going to be making our way back down to the ground. So, wherever you need to go to get that balance in that room, inhale up and exhale and fold forward. So coming into that forward fold, take a moment here. Try and draw yourself a little closer if you want, and grab onto those legs, hug yourself in. If you're feeling like you're there, no, just let yourself go, fold, wherever that body will allow. And then from here, placing those hands down, walk or jump into a plank. Through that plank, that's chaturanga, down to your up dog. And then when you're ready, to your down dog. Toes, lift your hips and come back into that downward facing dog. Just take a couple breaths right here. And then we'll lift the right leg up behind us as we did before. And then circle that ankle, circle, circle. And circle the other way. Just lift it up wherever it will go, wherever those hips will allow. Lift that toe, lift that leg. And then from here, bend that knee, swing it forward. And go ahead and stay here with those hands down on the ground. As we make our way into warrior 3, also 2, this would be a place where you need help with balance. Something in front of you that you can hold on to. That's pretty stable, would be good. If we can, we're going to try and push off with that left leg. So now we're standing on that right leg. And then we're going to lift that upper body up. And as we do, we're going to bring the arms with us and the head. So we're trying to bring everything to a nice long line. Again, if you need help with balance, something in front of you to hold on to would be perfect. But if you can, with that balance, just come and hold. You can also keep the hands down if that works for you. But try and find some place to challenge, tucking those arms in nice and tight by the side, palms next to the body. And then if you can, reach the arms forward, biceps next to the ears, palms facing in. And our warrior 3, nice long right leg, lifting and lifting that right leg, pointing through that left toe and just holding the balance. Couple more breaths. And then let's just release the arms, release the leg, and fold forward. And if it feels good, you can walk it out. And coming here. And equal weight pulling it through both legs. And making sure as we make our way into a warrior three that you're comfortable where you're going, but also you're not saying too much in your safe zone, trying to challenge yourself as you can. And then from here, hands down, walk, jump, back into a plank. A nice strong plank, look belly in, look forward out front of those hands, and then slowly lower down to your up dog, and then to your down dog. So come back into your down dog, just take a couple breaths right here. And then let's lift the left leg up behind us. Lift it high, and then circle the ankle, circles one way then the other. And then point that toe, bend the knee, swing it forward. And then from here, again, as we make our way into our warrior three, we're just starting off in that high lunge. When you're ready, push off with that right leg, keep the hands down, find some stability, find some balance, just standing on that left leg. And then if you're ready to lift the head, lift the chest, lift the body, take the arms back behind. Start with the arms back, so it'll be a little easier to balance here. Palms in, fingers pointing back. This long left leg. And then if you can, bring the arms forward. Biceps next to the ears. Keep that left leg nice and long. Just come and balance and hold. Again, if you need to, hold on. The hands down, whatever works. One more breath. And then just release that leg and fold forward. And again, shift, bicycle. Walk out those legs. And then just be happy that we've got both feet firmly planted on the floor here. Take a couple nice deep breaths. Inhale, exhale. And then from here, we're going to place those hands down, walk, jump into a plank. Come and hold for a moment. And as we lower down, we're going to come down and stay on our belly. So we're going to lower down, come down onto our belly. And then from here, we're going to take the arms back beside us with the palms up. Then we're going to lift the legs, lift the chest, and just come and hold. Squeeze those legs together, squeeze those inner thighs. Just take a moment, lift that chest, just use that low back to lift those legs. Just arms back behind us, a little easier with the arms back to start. Palms up and hold. One more breath. And then as we take a rest in between, we're going to release down. Take the arms, cross them on one on top of the other. Take the head down. You can shift the hips. You can pick up the legs. Windshield wiper those legs. Or just let that low back take a quick rest right here. And then from here, this time we're going to take the arms out in front of us with the palms down. Same thing. Start by lifting the legs, and then as you can, lift the chest, the upper body. And this is all using that low back. Now, if this is too intense on the low back, you can keep the upper body down, lift the legs, or vice versa, but do what works for you. And then if you can, alternate the arms, swimming, strengthening that low back. One more breath, and then hold. And then this time, hands beside you, sit back into a child's pose. So let's sit back, feet together, knees apart, forehead down, and just give that back a stretch. Take a moment, sit back in your child pose, sit back onto the heels, forehead rests down, arms are extended, and just let that back release and stretch. And then from here, walk the hands back beside your head. Very slowly bring that head up, coming up. All right. And then from here, cross those legs. And then let's have a seat as we make our way into our boat. We're going to start with those feet flat flat on the floor, knees bent. Hands can go to the hamstrings if you need to get there into your boat, because you're just going to lean back, lift one foot, lift the other. And then if you can release those hands. If you can too, you can also extend those legs. I'm going to keep a nice V shape from the head to the hips to the legs. You can also hold on to those legs if you want to extend there. Do what works. Use that belly to hold. Again, you can stay here with the hands either on the hamstrings. You can even take the hands to the shin, whatever works. One more breath. And then release those legs forward and fold over them. So take a nice long forward fold, head shifts the body, coming forward. And just take a second. And now feeling what those hamstrings are feeling like in that back versus where we began this morning. Just breathe. And then from here, inhale, nice flat back, head up, chest up, up we come. And then we're going to make sure we've got some room behind us, because we're going to bend those knees, we're going to hold on to those shins. We're just going to roll back and then roll back up to seated. So just little rock, little roll, come up, toes cover above the ground. That core a little bit more, just rolling and moving. Lifting as we come up. Once we're up, we're just going to hold again. So come to a boat, come to hold wherever you're comfortable, whatever works for you. Come and hold. One more breath. And then this time we're going to release the legs and lie back. Give it a nice big long stretch. So reaching long, lying back. And then from here, bring the hands down by your side, bend the knees, feet on the floor as we make our way into bridge. So we're going to just lift the hips up off the ground, lifting up the vertebrae up off the ground, coming here. And this is sufficient for your bridge, but if you want, you can clasp the hands together, roll up a little bit more higher on the shoulders, but you don't have to. If you're not comfortable doing that, just keep the hands by your side. Just come and hold. Squeeze those inner thighs together. Don't let those legs go anywhere. A nice stable bridge using the back side of the body, the hamstrings, the gluteus to lift and hold. One more breath. And then from here, we're going to release ourselves down. And then for a second, take those knees nice and wide, and those feet nice and wide, about mouth width, and this windshield wiper the legs side to side. Bring those legs side to side. And then back to center. And then once again, we're going to bring those feet back where they were underneath those knees. And then we're going to cross the right leg over the left, so into a figure four. And we're going to lift ourselves back up into our bridge. So now we're up in a one-legged bridge. Got that leg crossed over in a figure four. Just lifting, using the strength in that left leg to lift and hold your bridge. And then from here, slowly release down. Before we uncross, we're going to take the right hand through, the left hand around to the shin. If you can't get to the shin, you can extend that leg and just pull those knees in towards your chest. Just give that hip a little stretch. Over here. And then go ahead and release. And then we'll uncross. We'll just cross the other way. Again, that figure four. Flex that foot. And then start to lift ourselves up, lifting up, coming up into our bridge. All right. And hold. And then from here again, slowly release. Again, left hand comes through, right hand comes around, grab that shin, pull it in, and just hold here. And then as we go ahead and release those legs, let's go ahead and bring both knees in and hands go to the outside or the inside of those feet and coming into happy baby. So just extending those legs. You can roll it again. Hands can either come on the inside or the outside of the feet. Or you can even hold just onto the outside of the legs. hands. Go ahead. Rock it side to side. And then slowly bringing those legs together. Take those knees, hands below the knees, circle one direction, and circling the other way. We'll just bring the legs down, bring the feet together for a little butterfly. We go all the way to Shavasana with the feet together, knees out to the sides. Let the knees drop out. If you're comfortable, get a nice big stretch to those inner thighs. And then bringing the arms up so you can see those hands. Right hand grabs that left wrist and pull it over to the right. And just take a little stretch through that shoulder. Feet again in the butterfly. Your eyes stretching. And then bringing the hands back up to center. Left hand grabs the right wrist, pull it over to the left. And then bringing the arms back up to center, taking the hands down by your side, and then help those legs come back together. One more time, bring those knees in, loose hold on the shins, circle, rock, whatever's going to feel good for just a moment more. And then whenever you are ready, as we make our way into our final posture for Shavasana, traditional corpse pose with the leg extended, arms extended, palms up. For whatever's going to be good, please take a minute just to slow down. Once again, close those eyes, release that body, release that mind, and just continue to breathe. Slowly bringing some awareness back into that body. You can move around those fingers, those toes, hands, feet, arms, legs, or even that head can go side to side. A little bit of movement, the thought coming into that mind to move that body. And when you're ready, rolling over. Or to the side of your choice. Just remaining here for a moment, letting some blood flow come back to the heart. Be yourself. Everyone else is already taken. Again, that quote is, be yourself. Everyone else is already taken. That's a quote from Oscar Wilde. And use your outside arm, bring yourself back up to where we began our practice, back up to our seated position, continuing to be the best version of ourselves as we can. Thank you for joining me today. It's great to see you, and hopefully we'll see you next week. Namaste. Thank you for coming. It was good to see you.